Just imagine a creature entering your truck, one that drives a much better car than you, and that creature wins the race you've never been able to win, using its tentacles. But there's one thing we need to figure out. Where did this creature come from? At the beginning of the story, we're shown a place where mining work is underway. A famous company has received a contract to extract oil from the ground. The owner of the company, Tennyson, arrives on site. His workers approach him with concerns about their operations. When Tennyson heads to the control room, he learns that a massive water pit has formed in the middle of the mining process, halting their work. But Tennyson, undeterred, orders them to continue and instructs them to send their machines right to the edge of the pit. The workers follow his orders, and as soon as they maneuver the machine into the water pit, strange creatures begin to emerge. Chaos ensues. The workers panic and flee, but the pressure from the water bursts out of the machine, flooding their equipment. Along with the water, these bizarre creatures, giant tentacle beings, emerge in overwhelming numbers. The company's workers manage to trap these creatures in PGD. But then the security officer, Black, approaches Tennyson with alarming news. One of the creatures has escaped. Tennyson orders Brad, a trusted team member, to find it before the government catches wind of this incident. If they do, they'll revoke the company's contract and shut down the operation. Meanwhile, we meet Daniel, a boy working on an engine for his truck. He hears a loud, echoing sound coming from outside, one that he immediately recognizes as a creature's call. He rushes to investigate, but before he can get a good look, oil begins spilling out everywhere, and Daniel, terrified, runs to his garage. He hides in a small chamber, but it's no use. The very creature that escaped from the mining site has followed him. The creature knows exactly where Daniel is hiding. It begins reaching in, trying to get to them. In a desperate move, Daniel manages to trap the creature inside the chamber and calls the police, telling them about the terrifying sight. When the officers arrive, they find the chamber empty. The creature has vanished, and they dismiss Daniel's story, thinking it's a prank. One of the officers, Rick, seems especially skeptical and afraid. It's then revealed that Rick is Daniel's stepmother, and he has no love for him. He leaves still unsure of what to believe. Daniel, though, is left confused. Where did the creature go? The creature, unbeknownst to Daniel, has found its way to a machine that pastes materials together. Daniel, hoping to stop it, starts the machine, hoping it will kill the creature, but at the last second, the plan fails. The creature isn't dangerous at all. It seems almost childlike, playing with oil cans and drinking the oil. Daniel realizes that he cannot harm the creature. He decides he won't kill it, but now he has a new problem. The machine is still running, and if he doesn't act quickly, the creature will be killed. Daniel struggles to move it out of the machine, but its weight makes it nearly impossible. After much effort, Daniel manages to get it out, but the creature is angry. It grabs Daniel, and for a moment, he believes he's about to die. But as the creature examines the garbage being flattened by the machine, it realizes Daniel has helped it. It lets him go, and they become friends. Meanwhile, Brad, still searching for the creature, arrives at the police station, asking if anyone has heard of a creature or any strange occurrences. An officer mentions Daniel's report, and Brad grows suspicious. He believes the creature must be near Daniel. With the proof in hand, Daniel plans to take the creature to the police. But when he tries, the creature vanishes again, only to start playing with one of Daniel's trucks. The creature is too big for Daniel to stop, and his problems are only beginning. Brad, now suspicious, tries to trap the creature, but it hides inside one of Daniel's trucks. Unnoticed by Brad and his team, Daniel knows the creature is inside, and he's doing everything he can to keep it hidden. After a thorough investigation, Brad and his team leave, convinced there's nothing unusual, but as they move away, Daniel pretends to be pushing the truck, driving it forward. Just ahead, his friend Mary arrives. She's come to study something with Daniel, but he's too caught up in the situation to explain everything. Suddenly, the creature lets out a loud, ear-piercing scream, shocking everyone nearby. Daniel knows this is his moment to escape. He jumps into Mary's truck and drives off. There's no engine in the truck, so the creature must be pushing it with its tentacles. The truck speeds along, the creature expertly maneuvering through trees, laughing and enjoying the ride. But Daniel and Mary are struggling to keep up. The creature takes them to a riverbank, where they're finally safe. But Mary, completely bewildered, has no idea what's going on. Daniel explains everything to her and shows her the creature inside the truck. It stands upright, revealing that it's completely inside. Mary now knows about the creature and, like Daniel, realizes it's not a threat. It's friendly. Daniel and Mary take the creature to the garage, but the creature refuses to leave the truck. Despite their best efforts, Daniel can't get it to move. He even tries to cut the truck apart, only to realize the creature will only move when it can see Daniel. If the truck is closed off, it stops. And so the mystery deepens. Where did the creature come from? What does it want? And what will happen next? Daniel has a brilliant idea. He'll modify the truck to suit the creature, allowing it to drive comfortably. With careful adjustments, He installs a releaser to ensure the creature can take control of the vehicle. As time passes, Daniel and the creature grow close, becoming fast friends. After completing all the modifications, Daniel takes the truck for a test drive. The creature settles in, and they start moving. The truck speeds forward with the creature at the wheel, proving that Daniel's hard work has paid off. However, Mary reminds Daniel that they can't keep the creature forever. It must have a family somewhere. Daniel realizes she's right, and he decides to search for the creature's family. He turns to his real father, whom he hasn't seen in years, and tells him everything about the creature. He trusts his father, sharing all the details. But his father betrays him, informing Brad about the creature and setting up a trap. When Daniel discovers the betrayal, anger surges through him. But after a while, he realizes that holding onto the anger won't help. As Daniel is captured, the creature, witnessing the injustice from inside the truck, can't hold back. It screams out in fury. Daniel and Mary race to the truck, and the creature speeds off, rescuing them from their captors. Meanwhile, Tennyson and his company have captured more creatures and begun conducting cruel experiments on them. Tennyson, driven by greed and selfishness, orders one of his scientists to inject the creatures with a deadly chemical, ensuring they all perish. The scientist is horrified, but has no choice but to obey. As the creatures sense the fear, they begin to scream, their cries echoing into the distance. The sound reaches the creature Daniel befriended, and it begins moving toward them. When Daniel wakes up the next morning, he discovers that the creature and the truck are gone. Panic sets in. He checks his phone and tracks the truck's location. He and Mary rush to the spot, but when they arrive, the creature is nowhere to be found. Inside the company, they discover a horrific sight. Dozens of creatures like the one Daniel has befriended are imprisoned. Suddenly, the creature breaks through the wall, and the security team rushes to subdue it, rendering it unconscious. Mary is captured in the chaos. Tennyson, thinking he's outsmarted Daniel, realizes that he has the creature under his control, but he doesn't harm it, and Daniel tells Mary to leave before things get worse. Just then, the scientist who had helped Tennyson appears. He reveals he wants to save the creatures, and Daniel agrees to help them. To rescue the creatures, Daniel and Mary head to the house of Daniel's wealthy friend, who owns a fleet of trucks. They take several trucks and, with the scientist's help, head toward the creatures. At last, Daniel's creature is reunited with its parents, and they are overjoyed. Daniel loads all 3 creatures into the truck, and they head toward the mining site, where the workers are preparing to dump chemicals into the water pit to kill the creatures. As they race to stop the plan, Tennyson's workers chase after them, determined to prevent their escape. The creatures, using their tentacles as expert drivers, skillfully maneuver the trucks through obstacles. Daniel's father catches wind of the situation and begins following them in his own car. The chase leads them to the edge of a mountain, where things take a dangerous turn. As Daniel teeters on the edge of the cliff, the creature saves him just in time, pulling him back from certain death. They spot the truck carrying the deadly chemicals and rush toward it. Suddenly, a fire breaks out, trapping the enemies in their own trap. But just when all seems lost, a massive truck appears, and Daniel's stepmother pushes the enemy vehicles aside. He throws the enemy's creatures down the mountain and extinguishes the fire by dumping soil on it, allowing the creatures to continue their journey. The creatures make it to the bottom of the mountain, using their hands to figure out how to descend. They board the truck carrying the chemicals and destroy it, causing an explosion that eliminates the threat. But another truck arrives, already dumping chemicals into the pit. Daniel charges forward to stop it, but he's caught in the struggle and pushed toward the pit. The creature becomes enraged, bursts out of the truck, and begins destroying the vehicle. It lifts the truck, smashing it into the machines holding the toxic chemicals meant to kill the creatures. The chemicals spill onto Virat, who is struck by the spill. Meanwhile, Daniel falls into the pit and begins drowning. The creature, however, saves him, pulling him out of the water and bringing him to safety. As Daniel gasps for air, he sees many creatures like the one he's befriended, living in the water. It turns out to be their underground colony. The creature bids farewell to Daniel, leaving him behind as all the creatures escape to safety. The government seals off the area and removes Tennyson's project. Daniel returns to live with his stepfather, working in his garage and enjoying life with his girlfriend, roaming around in his truck. And so the story concludes. But how did you like it, viewers? Let us know in the comments section. Our team works tirelessly to bring you these stories, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, stay tuned for another exciting adventure.